So let's talk about weddings. Are you dreaming of a day that's really more about your connection and less about a huge production? What if you could actually trade all that stress for an intentional, perfectly curated elopement on Oahu? Okay, let's get into how that's not just possible, but actually seamless.
This right here, this feeling, this is the entire goal. Taryn Duke's review isn't just a nice comment. It's proof of what happens when you decide to prioritize being present over putting on a performance. It's that feeling of, wow, that was perfect, with absolutely zero regrets.
So let's kind of reframe how we even think about weddings. This isn't just about the logistics of getting married. It's really an invitation to shift your whole perspective, to just move away from all that pressure to perform, and instead step into the power of being completely present for this huge moment. And let's be totally honest, the fantasy of a destination wedding can turn into a logistical nightmare fast, right? You're juggling vendors, contracts, and timelines, all from a different country, maybe even a different time zone. It's enough to make you just want to, well, elope, which is exactly the point.
But what if I told you there's a way to get that destination dream without all the drama? The secret isn't about you doing less work. It's about having a team of experts who handle every single detail for you, so all you have to do is show up and just be there.
Now take a look at this. This is basically your roadmap to a stress-free elopement. You'll notice the key areas here. You've got seamless logistics, the signature ceremony experience, and professional memory making. Hawaii Wedding Studio has truly turned this into a science. Let's zoom in on a couple of these key pieces.
We have all been there, haven't we? Just staring at our inbox, waiting, and waiting for a reply that feels like it's never gonna come. When you're planning something this important from thousands of miles away, that silence is just deafening. That's why having immediate, clear communication is the absolute foundation of a stress-free experience.
And no, that is not an exaggeration. 20 minutes. I mean, think about that for a second. That's less time than it takes to watch an episode of your favorite show. It's just proof that when a system is this fine-tuned, the planning itself actually becomes enjoyable, not a chore.
Okay, a 30-day checklist might sound a little intense, but it's designed to be the exact opposite. It's all about taking what feels like a mountain of tasks and breaking it down into 3 simple, manageable pillars. First, applying for your marriage license, which you can do online super easy. Second, figuring out your ceremony details so it feels like you. And third, booking a pro photographer who gets your vibe. It's all about clarity and calm, not complexity.
Let's talk about the least romantic part of getting married for a second, the paperwork. For so many couples, planning a destination wedding, this is a huge source of anxiety. But, like Anne-Lorraine says here, imagine having an expert who doesn't just tell you what to do but actually does it for you. It turns this bureaucratic hurdle into a simple, checked box. Done.
Look, Oahu is paradise, for sure, but it's also a real place with its own rhythm. What happens if there's a surprise traffic jam because of a big surf competition? A local expert, they know the back roads. That's the kind of insider knowledge that turns what could be a crisis into a total non-issue.
This is exactly what effortless really means. It's not that challenges don't pop up, it's that you have a team that handles them with so much grace you might not even notice. A sudden downpour could have been a disaster, but instead, it became a beautiful, unforgettable part of their unique story. Now that's the power of having a pro in your corner.
Okay, so the logistics are handled flawlessly. But what about the heart of the day? Let's shift from the planning to the purpose and talk about the ceremony itself, because a seamless plan is only as good as the moment it helps create.
The person who actually marries you really sets the entire tone for your ceremony. It's so important. And as Bridget mentions here, Reverend James Chun's calming presence is this theme you see again and again in reviews. It's not just about him reading words from a page. It's his ability to create this sacred space where you feel seen, supported, and truly connected.
Your ceremony can also be this beautiful reflection of Oahu's rich culture. The Hawaiian Lei Exchange, which another reviewer mentioned, is such a perfect example. It's a tradition that's incredibly meaningful and visually stunning, and it just grounds your commitment in the authentic spirit of the island.
This feeling right here, this is what we're all looking for, isn't it? To feel safe and loved in one of life's most important moments. When your officiant is genuinely passionate about what they do, it's not a job, it's a calling. And you can feel that difference. It just lets you let go of everything and just be.
The ceremony itself is this beautiful but very fleeting moment. So how do you make sure it lasts forever?
Let's talk about the art of professionally curating your memories. Now, this isn't just a casual question. It's a critical one. You've come all this way for this one perfect moment. How you document it isn't just a detail. It is the tangible legacy of your day. It's the story you're going to revisit for a lifetime.
Ah, the iPad uncle. We all have one, and we love him, but we do not want him in charge of our wedding photos. The truth is, a guest can't be fully present in the moment and be your photographer. It just doesn't work. A vetted pro, on the other hand, is basically an insurance policy for your memories. They understand the unique light on Oahu, that famous Oahu glow, and they know exactly how to master it.
And these aren't just people with nice cameras. As Thomas points out here, the photographers in the Hawaii Wedding Studio Network are true artists and directors. They don't just stand back and take pictures. They actively craft a visual story of your day, guiding you into moments that feel natural but look absolutely incredible.
So what does a pro really bring to the table on Oahu? Well, they get the technical stuff, like dynamic range. That just means they can get the bright, beautiful sky and the emotions on your face perfectly clear, all in one shot. They see a surprise rain shower not as a problem, but as liquid sunshine, a chance for a really romantic, moody photo. They are storytellers, and they use the island itself as their canvas.
So if this whole idea of an elopement that's both intentional and epic, both seamless and deeply personal, if that's speaking to you, then let's talk about how to make it your reality. At the end of the day, this is the choice you have: the stress of a performance or the deep, unforgettable intimacy of being truly present. It's about designing a day that's a true reflection of you too, filled with authentic joy, not a bunch of obligations. Ready to start planning your own effortless Oahu elopement? Your journey begins at hawaiiweddingminister.com. You can connect with Reverend James Chun and the whole Hawaii Wedding Studio team there for what they call a bespoke planning experience, which really just means it's tailored specifically for you. And for daily doses of island inspiration, definitely follow @Oahu Minister on Instagram. And of course, if you found this helpful, we'd love it if you'd like and subscribe for more.
I want to end with this quote from Bridget because it just perfectly captures the entire promise. Seamless, professional, and filled with the Aloha Spirit. It's not just a description of a service, it's really the blueprint for a perfect memory. The only question left is, what's your story going to be?